Right, good evening, everybody. How the heck are we? Hope you are all well. We are 10 minutes away from the USA versus Australia in a game that I suspect the Americans will win by a couple of goals. But football's a funny old sport sometimes, isn't it? So let's see what happens. Let me just pull up some data so I'm ready for later on. So I know what's going on. There's the game. Let's pop them in there. Yeah, let's pop them in there just so I can see what's going on. I know who's where. Maybe there. Will that work? Let's hope that'll work. Yes, right. Let's have a look. Who's the Maple Synapse was here nice and early. Still celebrating that Canada win, I suppose. I can see you. See you would have enjoyed that last night. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? You're obviously, are you in Australia, Jonathan, or are you just supporting Australia? Free Pug Show is here. Good evening. I'd say good evening because it's evening for us, so it's just habit. Translate that to whichever part of the world you're from. Nick is here. Good evening. MJ is here. Definitely in Australia. Good evening. Nice to see people have been. Free Pug Show had tickets, but couldn't go. Well, that's a shame. That is a shame. Listen, MJ, I'm just saying what my football head is telling me. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what I want to have. I've got no horse in this race. For those of you that know, I'm in the minority of Wrexham fans, even because I'm English, or I'm South African by birth, but I was born to two English parents, and I lived in England more in Wales now than England, to be fair. But yeah, I'm an England supporter. But you have to whisper that round here because people don't like it. But welcome to Seattle, the home of your two-time Super Bowl champions and the current world champions, Seattle Seahawks. Lumen Field looks spectacular, as always. For people who don't know, the triangular end with fewer people in. They've actually upgraded the seats in Lumen Field this summer, this off season. They've done that. They used to be plain seats, but they've recreated the Seahawks logo in there, which is difficult because there's less to see. You will see the odd shot of that, what we call the Hawk's Nest. And it was purposely built like that to show off the skyline of Seattle, right? So people often wonder, well, if you had built it different, you get more people in it. Yeah, we get all that. But when they built Lumen Field, they wanted to show off the city of Seattle. And the footage I've got now, which is of a drone or a blimp, you are seeing the Hawk's Nest. Lumen Field looks full. It's a beautiful stadium. And Seattle will be an unbelievable place to watch some football. So we are all set. Teams are out. Squads are out now. It's not really the teams. It's the squads that have to walk out, which is a bit of a farce, if you ask me. But let's see. The Pacific Northwest is spectacular, isn't it? So look at that. Look at Lumen Field. You'll see the way the either side, the way the sort of stadium roof is built is to echo sound. So that's why it regularly breaks records. It's here in Arrowhead, Kansas City, which sort of vie for loudest stadiums during NFL games. So yeah. We're about to get national anthems, so feel free not to chat if your relevant national anthem is played. I'm just going to have a little sip of my drink, so excuse me. Is it bad form? Like, we're on YouTube now. Is it bad form for me to speak during national anthems? What do we think? Never quite sure what we should do because on one hand we are here to keep each other company, but on the other hand, is that disrespectful if I'm taught or somebody else, anybody who's doing watch-alongs, if they talk over a national anthem, is that disrespectful? Do I need to do a poll for that? 'Cause, yeah, they've the little pocket of them that I saw MJ there. Ah, free pug show, you're making me jealous. Stop making me jealous. I will come over this year. I think this is going to be the year. I might be able to get some time off once the season starts in September. I might just be able to squeeze it in. So it's very expensive for me to come over, though. You're looking by the time I've bought drink and had like 3 or 4 days, we're looking at a couple of £1,000 from the UK. So it's an expensive thing for me to do, sadly. But I think this year I need to do it, otherwise I'll never do it. So I'll see if I can organise something. Just finish my can of Pepsi Max. Not that I've got this planned or anything. Obviously, didn't do that. Definitely didn't. Oh, look at that! What are the chances of that? I just happen to have a drinking bottle for your two-time Super Bowl champions. That just seems very apt at the moment, doesn't it? That we're in Seattle. Oh, there we go. Fly over. See, Seattle knows how to do it. This is how you do it, folks. I'm pretty sure by the time this tournament is over, that Seattle will be voted the best place to have watched World Cup games. Yeah, all up for a tailgate, definitely. So the teams are just at the moment doing the handshakes. Well, it used to be a handshake. Now it's either a fist bump or a fist slap or it's not the traditional handshake that it used to be, the very gentlemanly handshake. Again, it just doesn't need the subs to be there. You're wasting their time. You're wasting everybody's time, really. Just get the starting 11s out there. Team photos time, or starting 11 time, I guess, is what we should say. There is a player in this. There is a player on this pitch that Wrexham have played against. If anybody can, you get a curly whirly. The first person who can pick out the player that on this in the starting teams, in one of the starting teams, there is a player that Wrexham AFC have played against. Let's see who gets it first, folks. Come on. It's loud in there, folks. It is loud. I'm not sure who's just handed over the coin to the referee, but she looked awfully like Ciara Russell Wilson's other half. That was uncanny how much she looked like her. It's the kid. All right, there might be two. I'd forgotten about. Is Iran Kundi playing? He's not playing, is he? He's not in the start unless he's got. No, I don't think he's in the starting lineups. It was Ciara. All right, okay. I'll put you out your misery. I'll just give you another just before kickoff. I will put you out of your misery. We are imminently there. I'll get my clock ready for people who want to sync up. I don't know if you're able to sync up. They're just having last minute huddle. Look at that skyline. Unbelievable. What a view. So the answer is number 19 and the captain for the Socceroos, Harry Souttar. Harry Souttar played in the cup game for Sheffield United against Wrexham. I was in the away end that day. I have never seen a bigger man play football in all my life. He is an absolute mountain of a man. Right, let's have a look. We're about to kick off. I've got my clock ready. I can't see the ref. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, we're underway, folks. We are underway. Yeah, I don't know whether Torre played against Wrexham. I don't remember him playing. I'd have to check, but I know Harry Souttar did because I witnessed the man mountain with my own eyes. I think he was on loan from Leicester. Oh, hello. Chris Richards has had a bit of a decent save. Chris Richards went to sleep there. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, he's let that roll across his body. That was a little bit dangerous. Do you like the USA kit? They do have some good kits, the USA. I like this kit. I think it would look better with red socks, but that's just a personal opinion. Let's just check that. See what's going on. A couple of messages just staying on top. Okie dokie. So they're always. You don't get a lot of fast starts in big tournaments like this. It's very rare. People do sort of feel their way in, try and get everybody to have a touch, get everyone settled down. 34 and about 30 seconds. Interesting that they're playing. I've been looking at all the different sort of analytics and data sites to see exactly this sort of shape that they think the USA is starting. And everybody seems to think that Pepe is starting sort of from the left with Dest on the right, with Balogun central and McKennie coming in behind, which is an interesting choice because he's kind of not that type of attacking midfielder, Weston McKennie, but sometimes needs must. And perhaps he's got a specific job to do. The grass surface looks like it's held up well. Lots of talk about the surfaces in the build-up. That looks like it's done all right. We get lots of talk about the surface every year in NFL stadiums, don't we? Because of the ACLs and the Achilles injuries. It will be interesting to see in the next 10 years what they do, what they decide to do, whether they stick with the Lots of artificial surfaces or turf, I think the North Americans call it, or whether they go to grass. That's a foul. He was, yeah, Peter. I did watch that Canada game. I really enjoyed the game. It was a shame about the broken leg. I didn't think the ref was in control of that match. I will say, I thought he was particularly poor. Hey, Ruby. Um, I didn't. I missed the incident of the broken leg, but obviously could tell how serious it was by all the everything that was going on. And I don't know whether it's the same in North America, but in the UK, if there's a really bad injury, they won't replay the tackle or the movement, whatever it is. They won't show it again. So I had to see it on social media later on, where there is no filter. And yeah, the look of horror on Kone's face as he realised his leg had basically been snapped in half. As it's never a good thing to see that, unfortunately. And he'd had a decent World Cup as well, so that's a shame for him. There's a great ball. Oh, is that Pepe? I tell you what, watch the replay of that. That's an American attack. Pepe's attempted header is rubbish. Oh, I'd be furious. The crossing is superb from McKennie, I think it is. Just drops the shoulder. Great ball. Not brave enough. Not brave enough, Ricardo Pepe. Got to be stronger than that. Aussie TV was to say so. Maybe every country now doesn't do it, but social media obviously there isn't a filter, so I could see it afterwards. Yeah, I hadn't seen it because I think I don't know what I was talking or whatever. I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't hear it either. I didn't see it either. Look at that little pocket of gold behind the goal there of the Socceroo fans. They're in here. Oh, so I thought Torre was in again. Oof. Hey, Michael. Loud boos as a throw-in goes against the US men's national team. Oh, they included it on the on your share, right? Hey, Esteban. I'm surprised at that because highlights they have the opportunity to sort of tune it out, but it is part of the game. Unfortunately, it is you know. Ah, Flo Balogun, what are you doing there? I've watched Balogun for many years when he did as he grew up because he was at Arsenal, the Premier League club, and they got an offer from Monaco eventually, which was too good to turn down, and that's why they sold him, and it's benefited him really going our way and being the main striker. He has got all the tools, Balogun. He just needs to knit it. It's some days he knits it all together, and others he doesn't. That's a little late tackle for me. I'm old school, so in my day, that's not a yellow card. That foul on Tyler Adams. And Adams has flipped his legs up in the air like a swan dive. Nowadays, they do give them as yellow cards, but in my day, you'd get up and you'd laugh at each other and you'd just get on with it. But that's just showing my age. Now they give yellow cards for the slightest touches, which is a shame because actually that physical element is part of the challenge of being a footballer and playing the game. You're tested physically and mentally. You know, when you're playing football and before a game, somebody tells you that they're going to break your legs and that they're going to do you damage. that is a mental challenge that you are that in the old days that's what you had to face. That was part of it, but less so now. Oh, lovely football from the Americans. Oh, shoot straight at the defender's chest. It might have been Burgess, but I'm not sure. That was a lovely little move. They got him down the right-hand side. Yes, I'd heard that was the first direct free kick Maple Synapse. But then I haven't seen every game and I haven't seen every goal. So I'll bow down to their knowledge. Yes, this is what. So in some of the group chats that I'm in, obviously we've got lots of international fans who are learning all the elements of the game. Who are coming to Wrexham, obviously, late on. And this is the first sort of season where we started to have internationals. And people have been getting really excited about the fact Dom Hyam's got called up and Libby Kakachi. The problem is, if you're experienced in football, what you actually know is that, yes, it's great for them. And it's great experience and, and all that. But the reality is you just sat there praying that they don't get a bad injury. Either now or during the coming season when they're obviously more fatigued next year because obviously they've had less rest in the summer. So you're just praying that they make it through until next summer when they can have a proper rest. So here goes Balogun. He's outpaced the Australian backline. Ball in. Own goal. Balogun devastating. It's Cam Burgess who scored. I think 2 minutes ago, he did a brilliant job blocking a shot from an American player. But he's not read that situation particularly well. That's Peter. That's not far off my generation either, right? That is when I grew up, it was Southall, Rush, those Everton and Liverpool teams, and Kevin Sheedy, Trevor Steven. I'm trying to think about Everton and Liverpool players. Ronnie Whelan, Steve McMahon. Balogun's pace does him. I need to see that again. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think it's the best defending, if I'm honest. If I'm running back there as a defender. Oh, it hits him. Right, I'll take that back. It hits him. I thought he'd... Oh, no, I'm not getting an angle that I can make a great decision on. My gut feeling when I saw it in real time was it wasn't the best defending, but maybe I'm doing him a slight disservice. But they didn't deal with Balogun, who had slotted into a sort of left-hand position and cut in. Yeah, of course. We don't like Kevin Ratcliffe, though, do we? Because whenever he commentates for... Was it Radio Wales that he used to do commentary for? And he's just really anti-Wrexham, isn't he? The ex-Chester individual. I'll tell you what, Australia have had a chance here. He's tried a Trivella. It's a nice idea. It's Lecky, that is, I think. It's a nice idea. Just he never started it close enough to the goal for it to come back outside of his right foot. Ruby says Russell Crowe's coaching the US. If he had a beard, I could understand that. If he had a beard, I could see that. It's still criminal that he didn't. They didn't ask him to appear in the second Gladiator film. By the way, I don't know how you make that happen and what storyline you have to have, but the US were nearly in again. Then some good defending from Suter, I think, who's put it out. Although the TV's gone to Burgess, maybe I've got that wrong. Somebody got a foot in and intercepted it and kicked it out for a corner. Right, let's have a look what the Australians are doing. Because as we stand here now, they are purely zonal marking. They weren't man marking. Let's have a look. Right now, they definitely, some of them are. I mean, that is just stupid from the foul on Richards there. What is he thinking? Ocon Engsler. So most teams now run a system of a hybrid system of man marking and zonal marking, and you just have to figure out what and who. That's exactly what the Australians are doing, but I haven't had a wide enough picture to see what's going on. Now I have. They're mainly zonal. Oh, they've been lucky there. America have nearly scored again. Oh, handball. I think Weston McKennie has headed it onto somebody's hands. Let's have a look. Ricardo Pepe's offside. Why would you be so deep? Yes, good. Oh, the handball is nothing of a handball, really, but you know. America look comfortable at the moment. That early goal will settle them down. The big question, I guess, is how do they cope without Pulisic? So important. Well defended. There's a foul. There's Tyler Adams rolling round and around and around, as players do. I quite like this kit, Ruby. I think the USA have had some brilliant kits over the years. Some iconic ones, really. But I like the this wavy one. I don't know whether it's got a proper name, but I would have just had red socks with it. That's the only thing. Oh, that's not a foul. I mean, the ref's given a foul on Weston McKennie, and there might be a touch. He's given a yellow card as well. There might be a touch to the face. It's Boss, but it's. Let's have a look. Oh, he's just pushed him. Again, this is modern football. Any touch to the face, they go down holding their face. He didn't need to have his hands that high. That's the only thing. And his body shape was wrong. He was too square on, which meant that he had a problem. He was never going to catch up with McKennie. He was always going to run past him because he wasn't side on enough to be able to sprint away and catch up. But you know, those yellow cards and fouls are they're just sloppy. Yeah, Google some of those classic USA international shirts. You'll see they've had some crackers. Delivery's poor from the free kick, and it ends up within a goal kick. So Weston McKennie's done well so far. Let me. Who is that? Don't know. They've cut away to as these Australia have played themselves into trouble here. It's a poor cross from McKennie, maybe. Let me try and find some images of the old USA shirts, and I'll put some in the. Oh, that's not a very good resolution. I can put some into the stream. Just bear with me while I'm playing. I'm playing around with football shirts here, folks. Just bear with me so we can see some classic shirts. Right, there's a good one, Ruby. Hey, Bono. There's a pretty classic one. That was 94 away shirt, I think it was. Oh, I'm getting low resolution whenever I try and find some, which means I can't put them into the stream. Wonder why they're all so low res. Right, there's another nice one. So update that one for you. I have got a one eye on the game. It's quite a nice one. I was a particular fan of this one. This was the home shirt from USA '94, I think. America are on the attack. They have got the ball. Serginho Dest in the box. Aussies clear it. Yeah, that was a pretty. It looked really simple, but that was pretty iconic at the time. That one. I should have done this beforehand, really, but I'll try and dig some more out. But they've had some really nice shirts over the years. I think you'd be, quite like them. Yeah. Right, let's concentrate on the game, Matthew. Oh, Balogun was in again. Ball just ran away from him into the goalkeeper's hands. I didn't see. McKennie, Balogun in the box. Turns, shoots, well defended. Boss. Oh, that was a chance for then. They were just a bit excited then. Yeah, that blue and red. That blue and red is nice. England shirts are normally pretty crap. They really disappoint me because they're very plain. I like a bit more detail to them. They tend to just be plain white, blue shorts, and it's just very unimaginative. So Wales have some good kits. Wales have had some excellent kits over the years, historically. Oh, Harry Suter taking a chance there with Pepe pressing him, but he's got through that. He's played okay. Oh, some good defending there from Free. Let's have a look. I see Australia have just had a good attack, well defended, but there's not enough Australian bodies in that box. So that greatly reduces your chances of being able to score if you cannot commit some more players. The Australia manager there, Tony Popovich, was a player. I think he was a big centre half or a midfielder. He used to play for Australia. This is where you hit Harry Suter, right? Honestly, you can see him here. I can't see. Is it 16? Who's it's Freeman that's marking him. He's a giant of a man. I would hit him every time. I would be aiming for Harry Suter. He is really difficult to stop. Just like that. And they're going to get another corner. Yeah, I don't know who's calling the game for you and your local networks, but uh, here we've got an ex Liverpool lad called Danny Murphy, who he's from Chester. He used to play for Liverpool, and he was just saying that corner was too soft. It was too loopy. It needs to come in with a bit more pizzazz, bit flatter. Oh, look at that. The ref then gives a foul for nothing. It's a farce. These referees, honestly, we need to get a grip. The world of football needs to get a grip with these referees. Oh, nice to hear the Seattle crowd booing the hydration break. Well done. England fans have been the best at booing the hydration break so far. It was vociferous. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to Google that because I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm not even gonna be able to say his name, am I? Oh, Manning. There you go. Manning. I'm Googling. I'm Googling. I think his first game, Ruby, is Ecuador versus Curacao tomorrow. Curacao, obviously the greatest team in the World Cup. I say that definitely not because I drew them in the turf sweepstake for the World Cup. I definitely didn't pay £10 for the luxury of that sweep and instantly regret that decision to pay £10 to then draw out Curacao. It is a commercial break. It's a change. It's fundamentally free puck show. It's fundamentally a change in the laws of the game, and I it just shouldn't. Again, if I can, if I can talk about some of the beauty of football is the challenges that you have to overcome, right? And the challenge in World Cups in hot places are that's what you have to get through to halftime without needing a hydration break. That is a challenge, right? And you have to manage that. And some countries can do it better than others because they've got hotter climates and stuff. But that is part of the challenge of a World Cup in a different nation to your own. So honestly, you just get on with it because they can still drink during the game when there's fouls. When there's breaks in play, you'll see them taking drinks and energy gels. It's Infantino is honestly he's a disgrace. That man is. He's a disgrace. Every sport has got its own challenges, hasn't it? And you just have to get on with it. But they are. Good morning. I like that, John. That's quite good. So the Aussies now need to try and get. You're halfway through the first half, in effect, aren't we? I know we're probably a minute or two over that. They need to get into this game now and start to create a couple more better chances before half time. If you could get an equaliser before half time, they'll feel much better. Although here comes the Americans down the side. I think it's Robinson. Terrible ball. Didn't need to be headed. Had it gone out? That's Anthony Robinson, who, like lots of Premier League clubs, seem to think that he'd be a good option if they could get him out of Fulham. But he's never one for me that I've personally sort of really, really liked. But I know lots of Premier League clubs looked at him, so his data must be really good. Some of the stuff that they can see that us average people can't because we don't have access to that that data. Sorry, other bigger podcasts might, because I do know actually some of the Arsenal podcasts, for example, they do pay to have Y-Scout, which is tremendously expensive, so that they can do scouting breakdowns and analysis and stuff, and they get all that data then. But they're making £60,000 a month in subscriptions, and Wrexham podcasts are not. The US had just taken the sting out the game. Chris Richards carries it out from the back. The Crystal Palace centre back. There is a very good Oh, hang on, who's in here? Wester McKennie's got in again down the left. There's a really good podcast with Chris Richards and his agent online. If you have a look on YouTube, he speaks really well about why he chose his agent and what why they make the decisions they made when he left Germany and stuff. So it's really good to go and watch and get a bit of insight into footballs and agents. Because his agent is actually one of the more sensible ones that sort of guided him over what's best for his footballing career, not necessarily the best thing for their wallets. So, no, definitely not John. Not anymore. You find him in the black and gold of Pittsburgh now. There's a new sheriff in town. His name is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Right. Okay. You had an English announcer. What channel would that have been on, MJ? That you would have been watching on? What's your sort of sports channel in Oz? Let's just see this corner. America in Swinger. Richards was actually free, but it didn't get on it. Already a sports show. Maybe there could be a hydrating chewing gum. Maybe there is already one, but gels and the sort of Lucozade type Gatorade drinks are what commonly you'll see players taking on. Not that I can think of, Michael, but as always, thank you. You're always very generous in offering to try and fill in gaps in our technical challenges, should we call them, that we have. Yeah, nobody likes winners, Peter, do they? That's why. Although it's to be honest, it's mainly driven because of that AFTV channel. They were very early adopters, and they didn't upset a lot of people, but they rage baited a lot of people, and now pretty much every channel's got their own version of it, haven't they? That's the thing. Yeah, that's how it should be as well. Ruby, get everybody together, try and make a bit of atmosphere, a bit of noise. It's good that they've done that. Whether they did it on purpose or not, or whether they did it before or after they'd sold tickets, obviously, I don't know. But yeah, what I was going to say. Do you know what I was going to say, John? The only thing is, I'm not sure DK would catch JSN. Obviously, he's got the flat speed, but JSN's movement, he'd wriggle away, I think. Anyway, here's a Robinson free kick, easily defended, and there's the obligatory foul because somebody's gone down and the ref has no idea really whether it's a foul or not. Fotmob for audio, right? Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. I've never used their. Who's this now? We've got another cutaway to some famous people, and I have no idea who they are. Oh, there you are. Yeah. Was Balogun just flirting? Oh, I didn't see that, Esteban. Your eyes were better than mine. Yeah, they do have. I do some marathon running, John, and they do have they do have some chewing gums. But I've never seen players don't tend to. Uh, there are some players that chew, but you wouldn't tend to because you might get it. You might swallow it, obviously, and get it stuck in your throat. So, but just a quick hit of something, or maybe at half time. But there's so many other things, isn't there, like gels and drinks. So yeah, that Buddha Baker tackle where he runs must be 80 yards, John, that he runs to catch him up, and he's got a 25-yard head start on him. That was a really good tackle. JSN is an absolute legend already. Early doors next season, new offensive coordinator will be relying on JSN and Sam to just get us through a couple of games early on. I think that connection that they've got. Yeah, that and a bit of sandpaper. John, a little bit of sandpaper in your shoe and you take it out and scuff the cricket ball up. Here's Balogun out wide again. So I think what the Americans are doing, if you can see Pepe's in the box. Balogun's just gone down the left side and Pepe's in the box. I think they've actually swapped temporarily. They've swapped position, I think. But what America have done in that starting lineup, in fact, I think they've changed shape. I think this is why. Oh, Balogun's done too much there. Done it too many times. But what Pochettino, he's gone to a 3-5-2 now, I think. This is one of the good things about FOTMob is they will change shapes and stuff, so you can try and if they've got an analyst in the game, they will do it. But with Pepe on the left side and Balogun up front, which is how they started, you have the option to do what we call a rotation, right? Which means those two can swap position at some point during a move and during the game, because naturally they can both do that role. And I thought that's why they've done that, but it's not. According to FOTMob, they have switched now to a two-man attack. Yeah, Michael, big sort of. That was Premier League era. I remember it. But they used to open up the airways so they could breathe better by having like mountains of Vic or Vicks on their chest of their shirt, didn't they? So yeah. And some kits used to show it off worse than others. So some shirts you could see very obviously what they were doing. America have just got a bit of a little bit of a stranglehold on this game at the moment, and the Australians need to be able to not really figure out a way to regularly hurt the USA. Well, here come the USA now. This is a Dest on that. Oh, it's unusual to have Serginho Dest out on the right side, like he was to start the game in a front three, because everybody now inverts the wingers. The wide players always cut in rather than going down the outside. So, but now we understand why he did that, Pochettino, because he wanted the flexibility to be able to switch to this 3-5-2, which he obviously feels will counter the 5-4-1 that the Aussies are currently playing. It's tactical flexibility. Oh, is that a clash of heads? I just took my eye off the screen. There's two players rolling around. All the trainers are on. Let's have a look. They might not show a replay. Let's see. I don't think they're going to show a replay. That's it, Esteban. That's exactly it. It looks like Greece, but we call it Vicks Vapor Rub. I'm not sure what it might be in where you are. But it's some sort of menthol-y type of substance that you use when you've got a cold. But they used it to open up the airways naturally. If you, this was the attack. This was the goal, I think. Yeah, I take it back. Burgess, there's an American player jumps over the ball. You can't quite see him on that second replay we just had there. And that catches Burgess out, which is why he can't sort his feet out quick enough. So that it hits him and goes in. Yeah. Oh yeah, I had a Russell Wilson shirt, John, and then one of my friends bought me a DK Metcalf shirt. Then I brought the throwback blue I bought as a Kenneth Walker shirt. It's like, what do you do? Although I have got a JSN, I've got a throwback JSN one. So the 12s is the obvious thing to have, isn't it? But yeah. I don't know what I'll have this year. I don't know. Is it prohibited for managers to touch opposing players? No, not really. Not really prohibited as such, but now and again, people are just arseholes, aren't they? And you'll see somebody. What you will see sometimes, Ruby, is an opposition player, manager, staff member, somebody just literally touches another player, and they will flop to the ground and roll around, and it's just so embarrassing. Right. John, you're absolutely right. I was watching a game yesterday. I can't remember what game it was, and at 22 minutes there was an injury. And instead of just going, oh, this will be, and the trainers came, or the physios came on, as we call them, instead of just going, right, let's have the hydration break now. They faffed around, then they played for another minute, and then he blew for the hydration break. So we'd had this 2 or 3 minute break while somebody was treated for an injury. Then we played on, then he blew for the hydration break. It's like, just use some common sense. Between minute 20 and minute 25, if there is a natural break in play, use that and take the hydration break. Don't need to wait 22 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever they're trying to do to be precise, whatever they've been instructed. That sounds like exactly the same stuff, Bono. It's probably made by the same people, just renamed in different countries. Oh, the US are in. They're in the box. They got into the box, but Dest couldn't sort his feet out well enough. There's going to be that should be a foul on the American player there. I tell you what, it took that referee 10 seconds too long to give that free kick. So Serginho Dest used to play for Barcelona, but was never a good enough footballer. He's got raw pace, hasn't he? Was it a foul on Tillman? I think. Yeah, I think it's Tillman that they gave it eventually. This is dangerous for Australia. They cannot concede here. Honestly, they're gonna. Robinson's played to the edge of the box. A deflected shot. They have conceded, but it might be offside. We're gonna have to see now. The liner is given offside. Freeman did put it in. Let's have a look. They played a tried to play a clever one to the edge of the box. Yeah, he's offside. Offside when the shot was made. He's about a yard offside. Oh, wrong player. I need to see that back. I was looking at the wrong player when they did the replay. This might be closer than we think. I was looking at the wrong player. They need to highlight the player better on the replays. He's onside. I think he's onside. This is going to stand. This goal is going to stand. This goal should stand. I don't understand why this is taking so long. This is a goal. Two 0. Yeah. That took a minute or so too long. And just as I was saying, Australia you have to be careful here right before half time. You can't concede that second goal. You want to stay in this game. Maximus is storming up and down the. Pochettino is storming up and down the touchline. It's definitely a goal. The right back, Italiano, is playing him on. I don't know which player it is, to be honest. I can't see. Keeper should do. Oh, the keeper's a bit late. Let's have a look. Let's watch the goalie now. So the keeper's gone down. Yeah, it's hard that on the goalie. It's landed in the only place he couldn't get to before the attack, before the goal scorer. But that movement of the goalkeeper where he dives, then jumps up and tries to make another save. That's what they work on constantly in training. So they're normally excellent at it. And to be fair, he did decent there, the goalie. He's just, that ball has just landed in the worst spot ever. See, that's not a foul by Pepe. The good old Newport shit purple jumper. Australia look very set up to try and be difficult to beat rather than trying to win this game, would be my neutral's perspective on it. Nah, that's a Freeman head. That's a Freeman header, that is. So we've got a USA corner. We've still got 5 minutes of added time to go yet, by the way. Let's put it up there. Yeah, he's on. It's not even close. They should give us, that's a foot onside. They should be able to give you the distances nowadays in them with these cameras, so you know. But Well, he didn't do too well at the end for Spurs, did he? They decided he hadn't done enough. So, he's given that against Tim Ream. Wow. Whatever the game plan is from the Aussies in this first half, it's not worked. So it'll be fascinating to see. Oh, it's handball. Yep. It'll be fascinating to see if they do change anything in the second half. Mm. Oh, there you go. There's a match momentum graph. I'm a big fan of the match momentum graphs. It shows the USA dominance in the first half. They're expensive, them cameras, Ruby. Very expensive. Hawkeye, the name of the company that does anything like that. They do the same in tennis. We have it in cricket. It's very clever software and very good cameras. In fact, what you may or may not realize is in some countries they actually automate offside, so no human has to look at it. They can get an instant decision from basically from a very powerful computer running the software. It'll tell you straight away whether they're off or not. Where are you based, Bono? Are they not? Is there nowhere locally that you can get them? And there's always DH Gate. Not that obviously wouldn't condone that he did that, but there's always that. What we got left? Couple of minutes. Couple of minutes. Are the Aussies brave enough? Do they fancy committing an extra player or two forward in the hope that they potentially pull one back before half time? Not a foul on Balogun. He stopped play because of the head. I'm not sure there was much of a foul there. Let me have a look. Nah, he's just Harry Suter is coming to the back of him. Not a foul. Get on with it. So they have a couple of things that they use, Ruby. The offsides, they have a vibrator. They have an armband which vibrates, and the linesmen have a flag which has a button on. So they push the button when they flag for offside, so that the ref knows that there is an offside infringement. And then obviously on his wrist he has a watch which is tied to the goal line technology, so the camera that watches whether the ball's gone over the line. Oh, Serginho Dest with a little left foot effort. Easily saved. Didn't start it out wide enough. Got to be brave there when you do that. You have to start it outside the post and curl it back. He hits it through the legs and it ends up in the center of the goal. He just that's because he's a defender trying to take the shot. Really, somebody more skilled would have started it out much wider. It's a decent run, good defending. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody get up and get on with it. There's a little bit of afters, but it's half time. The Aussies are a bit frustrated, so there's a little bit of mouthing going on. One of the Aussie players, I'm not sure which one it was, he did start to cover his mouth then to say something to the American player, but you're not allowed to do that now. So he very quickly changed his mind. So 2-0, half time. Let me just set my clock. Start, I guess. Pause. Reset my clock. Get myself set up for the second half. So 2-0. Well deserved, to be honest. The USA have been very good in that half. The Aussies are going to have to they've got to be a change of plan now. I think. Uh, duh, duh, duh. No, they do discuss. They definitely do discuss tactics. The reason you don't see it in the documentary is because, well, Wrexham don't want to give away what that looks like from a Wrexham perspective. But different managers do it different ways. So some of the continental managers, when they came to our shores, they used to give them the players 5 minutes just to get in and settle down, and they wouldn't say anything to them. Whereas a traditional old school English manager would be in and at you straight away. So they would be in, shut the door. There'd be, well, very famously, there'd be drinks flying everywhere, bottles flying, boots flying everywhere. If everybody remembers the incident with David Beckham, where Sir Alex Ferguson frustrated at Beckham because he knew he was doing too much media work and was flirting with other clubs. So Sir Alex Ferguson kicked a football boot at David Beckham, and it spun and hit him in the head, stud first, and cut him open. And obviously Beckham used that very publicly in the press. So Sir Alex Ferguson was very famous, a bit like Parky. He would throw cups and kettles of hot water and stuff like that. Fergie, if he was not happy. But different managers have their own ways. But nowadays, they definitely do discuss just some basic tactics, like if something's different than what they thought. So, is a team playing through a player more than they thought? Is a player playing in a slightly different position, or doing something slightly different? What does a passing map look like? Who are they passing to all the time? So they definitely do some of that stuff. So yeah. Right, let me go and get a little drink and a snack. And yeah, I've heard that, Tom. I've heard that about Steve Nixon. Um, Steve, there's loads of people getting really excited about Steve Nixon coming in some sort of technical director role or football role. Just don't get too excited. Like, this is the guy that has taken some really bad players to Newcastle. So he's done some decent work, but one of the player they herald the most as one of his best sort of recruiting jobs for Newcastle is Miguel Almiron, who was a very sub-average player that they paid mega money for. So, yeah, let's see what role he has, where if he comes in and what that looks like, because I think that'll be really interesting. Because if you look at the players at Newcastle that he's had a big role in coming in, it doesn't knock you off your feet. You don't go, oh my God, they've recruited amazingly. They paid 80, 90, 100 million for Baltimore, and he barely kicked a ball for the second half of last season. So we have to just temper that excitement a little bit, is what I would say, until we see. But one of the things I will say is that would appeal to me to be the start of sort of taking some of the responsibility away from Parky for around signing. So Parky might still have final say, but that is the type of thing where you have these technical directors who will basically give Phil Parkinson the options, which is the way most teams do it with their managers. So they're not over reliant on one sole manager. Yeah. So let's just see. But yeah, I think that is going to happen. That is going to happen. That is going to happen. Kettles of hot water. Yep. Yeah, the teacups. Exactly, Nick. And this they herald this signing of Almiron. He did nothing in the Premier League, and in the end, Newcastle fans couldn't wait to get rid of him. Couldn't wait. Let me just find out who the other players were that they listed his 8 best sort of things that he'd done at Newcastle. So Almiron was number 1. Come on, where are all the... He's basically had a power struggle with Eddie Howe, he has, so he's leaving Newcastle. And here we go. So here we go. So and you tell me whether you know. So Iosi Perez, right? They paid 30 odd million. They paid about 30 million for him. Yeah, he was all right. You know, nothing special. The Almiron one, Alan San Maximan, lasted 5 minutes in the Premier League. Bag of tricks. Not a great player. Really, really lazy. So Joe Linton, bought him as a striker. They played him up front all season. He was rubbish striker. They moved him back into midfield. They got a bit lucky that he turned out to be a good midfielder, but they bought him as a striker and played him as a striker. Kieran Trippier, decent. That's a decent, good experience, good one. Bruno Guimaraes, that's a good signing, but everybody knew about him. It's not, everybody knew that Leon had a great player on their hands, so that was not, you're not doing anything new there. Antonio Cordero, never heard of him. This is an article that they've written saying these are the 8 best moves and nobody's ever heard of him. And Nick Voltemada, well, as I said, they paid 80 to 100 million quid. I'm not sure what it was in the end, and he only played half a season. So I think I'm reserving judgment until we get him. Until we, I wouldn't go racing going, this is amazing. There are lots of people working in football, and they move from club to club to club, and they're stealing a living. So let's just don't get too excited by it. Is my warning. Yet just hold judgment until they get in. I understand why people get excited thinking us taking somebody off West Ham, but they were after Chris Wood, were they? I'm surprised. Hey, Josh, how are you? Hi, Marie. I'm surprised that Chris Wood hasn't come up on the radar before, because he's that Parky archetypal signing, isn't he? Of somebody that like 6 foot plus, big man. He's fallen out of favour at Forest because they've switched to a better footballing style. So they've recruited Brazilians who are very technical and who want the ball to feet, whereas Chris Wood is an upgrade on a Kiefer Moore, if you like. He's that type of player. So I'm surprised he's not come onto our radar before. And maybe he has, and just we haven't heard of it. But I think he'll leave Forest because Forest have moved away from the long ball stuff now. So yeah, let's see. Right, let me go and top up my drink and get a snack. And let's come back in a couple of minutes for the second half. Go and get yourselves a drink, toilet break, all that good stuff. There you go. That's better. I've put something more suitable on from a clothing perspective. Just excuse me while I have a nibble. Should have thought of this before, shouldn't I? What are we missing? Is there any news breaking? No, I don't think so. Just do that. I've done a wardrobe change. I should have thought of this. I should have just worn me Jackson Smith and Jigba throwback uniform. 50th year anniversary, by the way, from last year, for those of you that don't realise. Look at these sights. Look at the sights of the Seattle skyline in the background there. Excuse me. Well, I just have a little nibble. Bit of a Mark Griffiths. This a bit of chomping going on. We're going to run it forward, Ruby. That's what Coach Mike McDonald said. We're not running it back. We're running it forward this year. Boo! Taking our offensive coordinator. No, thank you. Right, couple of substitutions coming on. So we said just before half time, what will the Aussies do? My commentator's saying Irukunda isn't coming on, but Maple Synapse says he is coming on. So let's have a look. No, I don't think he is, you know. Oh, there he is. There he is. They were hiding him till the end. He is coming on. He was the last sub. He was taking on a bit of water or whatever. There he is. The commentators, of course, can see the full field, whereas we couldn't, could we? So hang on, I've just missed me. Oh God, hang on, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, false start. False start. False start. They did that because they knew my clock wasn't ready. Now we go. There we go. Interesting. So the Americans have kicked the ball into the corner. Right? That's the tactic they've decided to do from the kickoff. Perfect. Love that. Basically, put the opposition as close to their goal as you can. Go and pin them in and press and try and win the ball back closer to the opposition's goal. Love that. It hasn't worked, and they've ended up with the ball back at the goalkeeper's feet. However, the idea was right. It hit the flag, I think, Maple Synapse. I think it hit the flag and went out. Oh, that was iffy from the goalkeeper there. Oof. Bit risky. Yeah, Pepe. Is that Pepe wanting a foul? I'm not sure. Don't like that. Who's that? Seven? Is that Tillman? Tillman was stood then with his arms out asking for a foul when the play was carrying on. Like, don't stand with your hands out, run back. go and stop the play. It's really lazy, that is. I hate this. I don't understand why FOTMob players get subbed off and it doesn't just show you who the players are that have come on and just put them in their position on their lineup chart. Weird. Just update. Let's just try and refresh that page. Does it update? No, it doesn't. That's stupid. Daft graph, that is. Anyway, not the end of the world. Yeah, that's the acoustics of the stadium, Ruby. Lumen Field is designed to echo the sound back to the touchlines to make it really hard for everyone to hear, basically. All the crowd noise is designed to deflect down to the field. Obviously, Seattle are used to playing in it, so they know what's going on. They learn obviously how to play, not being able to hear each other, etc. Whereas opposition teams who don't get to play there all the time, it's an alien sort of thing for them. They can't hear anybody. I did it specifically for Pug Show. I did a halftime costume change. Yeah, it's weird, Nick, isn't it? Just really weird that, like, I know somebody's been taken off. Just show me who's come on. Right? Just replace them on the map, like on the pitch map. I don't like this. Isn't complicated. What are you doing? I wonder if any of the others are better. Let me just have a look and see. Sofa Score or somebody like that. See if they're any better. Just while this game's settling down at the start of the second half. No, it's just weird. I don't understand why Sofa Score doesn't do it. Who else does Flash Score? Have a look. There's got to be a better. No, even they don't. This is weird. Don't know why I've not noticed it till now. But yeah, supposedly Bono it was, but we'll see. Let's see. I've seen some pictures that somebody took actually from the upper tier, and it's an awful long way to the pitch. And it'll be interesting to see people's reactions when they get in to their seats up there, because part of the beauty of our stadiums is how close you are to the action, and that cop looks a long way away. Make it I mean, it's just a rectangular end, Esteban. I'm not sure that you would necessarily call it a rectangular speaker. So America just knocking the ball around at the moment. I think just watching the Aussies, then it looked like a 4-4-2 to me. It's not reflected that on FOTMob. So there, Italiano's just put a cross in, and there was literally nobody where he was crossing the ball to. So the Aussies have got, oh yeah, here goes Balogun. Balogun is in. He's going to be one-on-one with the goalie. It's good touch. He's taken too long. Oh, too slow, Flo. Balogun had a chance, never turned the jets on. He doesn't run away from the defender. Second touch is poor. Third touch is poorer. And then the defender, which is Circati, does really, really well to get a block in when he eventually takes the shot inside the box. Should have scored. Here's an out-swinging corner. It was into actually a really good area, but there was no American there, which is interesting. See, the Aussies are breaking now. They haven't got enough bodies. I am surprised. And that's why Maple Synapse, let's just see this chance for Balogun. No, it's disappeared, the chance. They've got a corner, though. That's why you don't need to hack a player down and give away a red card and a very obvious free kick or a penalty. Just keep running back and get in position. Yeah. The classic thing players do, they panic, they bring a player down in the box and they get a red card and they give away a penalty and you end up getting punished twice, don't you? Just stay on your feet because you just don't know what's going to happen. The keeper might save it, the player can miss it, can fall over his feet. Just make it as difficult as possible without committing the foul. Yeah, they look a bit reserved for me, MJ. I am there's another clash of heads from the corner. I'm surprised at how safe they've tried to be, even though they're even when they were 1-0 down, there was no urgency to try and get back into the game. I'm surprised at that. Oh, look, there's Ciara, and there is somebody in that shirt that I showed Ruby before. There's a couple of people. In fact, there's 3 people in that box. There's Marshall on the beast mode. Yes, listen to the crowd. That stadium will never be as loud as it was during Beastquake, Ruby, when Marshawn Lynch scored a touchdown and they registered a small earthquake in Seattle that night. Hence, they named it the Beastquake. That touchdown. There's Russ, Ciara's other half. He's obviously retired this season as Russ to do some TV work. The once great quarterback, but sadly the football has left him now, it would appear. I'm not sure whether Denver are still paying him, by the way, to not play for them. They paid him about $60 million to not play for them, which is quite interesting. America's just strangling the Aussies. Everything they try and do. There's a late foul there by Robinson. He might get a yellow card. Don't be surprised if he gets a booking now. There you go. That'll be for Anthony Robinson. That second foul that they're just showing the replay of from Pepe on an Australian player isn't a foul. The ref has given that free kick because he wanted to go back to that foul, which the following replay shows, which was just a late tap by Anthony Robinson. Yeah, MJ, you know a game isn't very exciting when people start doing what we call a Mexican wave. That's when you know the game is gone. Just trying to see. That's better from the Aussies. They had a front five there to build up. They couldn't keep the ball. So they were set up in a very attacking formation then, but lack of quality meant they couldn't retain the ball. What are you doing there? You're doing a 4-3-3. Looks like. So I think they have changed it. They've changed the tactic. They haven't just changed players. They have definitely... oh, is he going to keep that in? He has. Pepe's done really well there down the line. Richards on the ball. Nice and simple. There's no rush for the Americans, really. They can pick and choose when they want to commit players forward. You 2-0 up. The game here is on the Aussies. How aggressive are you going to be? So far, this second half, it's not very. Yeah, well, Maple Synapse, maybe he'll grow to be bigger than you. Maybe he will hang him from the garage door so that he stretches and grows. But nowadays, goalkeepers are 6'3", 6'4". And some of them are 6'7", 6'8". But if he ends up at 5'8", he's not going to be a goalkeeper. Certainly not at a high level. First half was okay, Liz. First half was okay. The USA have not really been troubled too much by Australia so far. They've been very comfortable. It's probably the same thing, Ruby, but it started at Mexico 86, the World Cup then. So I think that's where it gets its name from. Like he's having some treatment. Too early for a hydration break. Cut away to another former American USA footballer, but I don't recognize him. Certainly now. If I knew what his name was, I might recognize the name, but here's a sub coming for the Australia team. For the Socceroos. Players are all having a drink, so you don't need a hydration break now, do you? Players are all on the sidelines having a drink. Just saying. Not sure he's going to make it back on. He's very gingerly walking around the sideline there. I think it was Lecky. Is the next game Scotland? Oh. Let's have a look. Correct. What will we do without the what will FIFA do without the commercials? I think should be the question, shouldn't it? Not what will we do? Right, YouTube. I'm going to start another poll. If you're watching on YouTube, please take part in the poll. I am about to. Oh, hello. Oh, so. I've missed what happened there. Something semi-exciting happened, but I'm not sure what because I was typing. Boom. There we go. Started a new poll, people on YouTube. Oh, it's the Park Hall 5K. I've missed a 5K run tonight that I normally do. That's one of my favourite words, Maple Synapse. I'll have you know. I have to think very hard not to swear. I'm so used to being on a football pitch. I have to think very hard not to swear. Because if I was on the football pitch and one of my teammates did something that I called a player a wazzock for, the obscenities would not be repeatable on here. There you go. See, it's not it's not overly offensive as in like a swear word. Balogun's in here. He's just got the ball. Oh no, bouncing around. He got the ball stuck under his feet a bit, and it nearly bounced to another American player, but the Aussies have managed to clear it. They play quite nice football out from the back there, Australia. But this is the bit now. Let's have a look. If we get a wide shot, how many players have they got forward? 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 against 6 American players. So you are never going to outnumber them. And therefore, you have to be incredibly intricate and accurate in your attack, which is just really difficult. Robinson has to be careful there because he's on a card. Never quite so far. The Aussies have not quite had the game plan to trouble the US national team. So, Ruby, you might not say that when somebody goes flying in on him in the first 10 minutes, 2 feet off the ground. You might then be saying, "Oh, I'm glad he wasn't playing and didn't break his leg or something." It's such a hard dilemma that we have in these extra tournaments, the Euros and the World Cup. There's a shot from the Aussies, easily saved. It was Metcalf, I think, who's come on as a substitution. Bounces around the edge of the American box. Metcalf never quite catches the meat of it, and it just trickles into the goalkeeper's arms. There's an interesting ball. Chris Richards just shoulders off. It was Aaron Kunda. Just shouldered him, Richards did. That was a good old-fashioned sort of just body check. That you can do. It's a body check that Chris Richards has just done there. And they might show us a replay in a second. Let me have a look. They are going to show us a replay. So this that Chris Richards does there, you'll see it. We call it a body check or a shoulder barge. You can do that in certain areas of the pitch and it's not a foul. You can do it in another area of the pitch and the ref will give it as a blatant foul and he'll give a yellow card. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, the modern refereeing and interpretation of what's going on. That's correct, MJ. Good sides will react really quickly and will utilize that fact that you can't be offside from a throw in, and they will throw it down the line to an attacker to stretch the back line, draw the defenders deep. But the tendency is getting away from it now because set pieces have become so important that teams are trying to set them up and be very precise. So they tend to slow down their set pieces and throw ins now rather than speed them up. You watch the Premier League, I think the average, Richie, I think the average length of time that it takes to do a restart, either a throw in or a goal or a throw in or a corner, is about 45 seconds now. Richie's just finished laughing about Billy Waters signing for Chester. Probably just picked himself up off the floor. Oh yeah, Robinson could be in down the left. No, bounced out. And there we go. End of the first half of the second half. And we get our hydration break. I think, Richie, if you're just coming online at 9:30, I suggest Richie has already had a hydration break in Hill Street. Probably involved the Wrexham lager. It's hydration break time, which I'm assuming in America somebody sponsors the hydration breaks. It is slow, Liz. It's become it's become really frustrating, but it's because they're trying to be excellent at them. So money break time. Money break. Just showing the goals back. Let's have a look. Balogun. Oh, it was an Aussie player actually that runs in front of Burgess. Better that second goal from America was nice, quick free kick, clever, edge of the box, bit of variation, and then they get a bit lucky with the deflection, don't they? Oh, look at those scenes. Where are they? Where's that American fan park? Don't know. They didn't show that. Powerade do that. Powerade do the hydration break. Of course, that makes sense. Powerade must be spending a fortune then on them. So can MJ's Aussies find a way to get one goal, put a seed of doubt into the mind of the American players, and then have a crack? Or are they just never, ever going to get back into this game? Do the US just start to break up play substitutes, just slow the game down, save some energy, ready for their final group game, whenever that is and wherever that is. Vegemite free zone is the sign that a USA fan is holding. No, I didn't see the goals from the. I don't think I saw the goals from the New Zealand game. I think it'll just be. We'll just be happy if he comes back alive, won't we? Let's be honest. Let's see if he makes it through before we get too excited. There's a booming Harry Suter crossfield pass. I cannot explain to you how big that man is. He is massive, Harry Suter. Did he score against us? I can't remember. Richie says, I don't think even Kylie and Jason Donovan could get Australia a point here. Yeah, it has been like that. They have. We are about to get some substitutes. Maximus is on the touchline for the USA, and he is about to make a substitution. Who is that number 14? Because they just said, I couldn't hear. He did say he's going to Derby. Berhalter. Apparently, he's going to Derby after the tournament, Sebastian Berhalter. They're about to sign Bobby Clark as well, aren't they? So Derby are about to go again. Sloppy ball from Serginho Dest. Very sloppy. He's put America in trouble. The Aussies have no rhythm in attack. Play on. Nothing wrong there. Yeah, they can't get any decent move going. There's a foul by Irankunda. It's another. See that shoulder barge is not too much different than the one that happened before. That I said that you sometimes they give them and sometimes they don't. Let's have a look. It's a fraction late, but a big centre half like Ream should just be laughing that off. Did Berhalter's dad a coach? Did he manage America? No, maybe I'm making that up. Ignore me, I've made that up. It's just. I'm just Googling it just in case. I think I've dreamt that. Where's the Wikipedia page? Personal life. He's the son of current Chicago Fire former, I thought so, US national team coach Greg Berhalter. There you are. I didn't dream it. He was born in London, he was. Actually, Sebastian Berhalter. What does Pochettino do now? Does he push, try and get another goal, make it more convincing, the look? Does he give some people some experience? Go on, have a shot. Oh, poor ball from Berhalter. Should have had a shot, I think, there. The ref seems biased. I wouldn't say that, Liz. I wouldn't say that he's biased. Although I think what you would. Oh, that's a good ball. That was a better ball. The Aussies can't pick it off at the edge of the box, though. You would. Is there a handball in there? No. You would normally expect a home team to get a few decisions because home fans scream louder than away fans, etc., etc. But I wouldn't say he's been noticeably. Certainly wouldn't say he's been bad. Hadji Wright, put him on. Yeah, that's what I mean. You've got nothing to lose now. 2-0 up, 76 minutes. Get some experience into players. Get some minutes into the legs. Aussies are in here, though. They're in the box. Cut the ball back. No. Should have cut that back to the edge of the box. That's right, Richie. He was on the overlap quite recently telling that story. He's a good character, Jurgen Klinsmann. Let's see who else is on that. Timothy Weir. Hadji Wright. Gio. So why didn't you get Gio Reyna on and Hadji Wright? I don't know how many subs the US have got left. Let me have a look. So you got 4 left. Do you get Brendan Aronson, Gio Reyna, and Hadji Wright? Get them 3 on. And just, give them a bit of experience. Oh, the Aussies have brought Irving on. Oh, here we go. We've got... Oh, here we go. What's Robinson done off the ball? This Aussie player's got his arm in the air as if he's been poleaxed. Bear in mind there's VAR. So if you haven't been poleaxed and you've just what you guys call flopped, what we call dived or exaggerated it, then that's really embarrassing. VAR have cleared it already. Let's have a look. Yeah, you shouldn't be going down for that. That doesn't hurt. When he puts his arm out, all he's trying to do is block his run or his walk. So he actually gets pulled. That's embarrassing. So they've done that to try and get Robinson sent off. They've done that on purpose. That number 20, Volpato. It's embarrassing. Esteban, that's the part B to that question is why did Ronaldo have a Sui badge on his shirt and nobody else has got one? He's got a badge on his shirt celebrating his celebration. Yeah. That's the sort of shamble, and that's all linked to sort of trading cards and stuff that FIFA are doing in and around the World Cup. You see, so is it 16? Is 16 Tillman? Let me just try. No, 16 is Freeman. So Freeman's gone down there after a challenge by Suter in the air at the back post. He's gone down holding his head. I don't even think it. Let's have a look. I'm going to get a replay. Oh, he clashed his heads. All right, I'll let him off. I was going to say, from the camera angle I saw, it wasn't even a foul, but he went down holding his head. Here are some subs. Dest is going off. I thought he's not done anything really, Dest. Sui is what Ronaldo calls his celebration, Esteban. If you Google it, you'll see. That's what he calls that celebration, where he runs, jumps, spins, does half a turn in the air, and then throws his arms down. So they've taken Robinson off in case he gets another booking. They don't want to run any risks. If it's 67,000, that's basically a full house, if that's the attendance. Let's see if there's anything there now. That's quite good, Liz. I quite like that. It's funny how your legs stop. Yeah. We have to get rid of it out of the game. It's a shambles, it is. The peak era in the 90s of Premiership and Premier League football, which was all high adrenaline, high octane, fast football and earth-shattering tackles. We'll never get those good days back. Aussies just happy to keep the ball. There's no penetration from the Aussies. Not breaking lines. There's not a lot of movement from them, to be honest. Just watching them off the ball in the box. Very little going on. They're a bit static. Have they got a corner here? Did an American player head that? Let's have a look. In swinging cross. That's not a corner. That's not a corner. I was going to say. It's just the way the TV perspective was. The Aussie fans getting excited because they're on the big screen, I think. On the Jumbotron. How far has he gone down the line? I think we're going to get more subs, are we? No, they're just stopping him squeezing down the line. Oh, that was nice from the Aussies are in the box after a lovely move. Get a shot off. Oh, there might be a pen in there. Need to see that again. Irunkunde went down, and the way his body moved, it was as if he'd been dragged back. But they're not arguing too much, Australia. Oh, can you squeeze a goal out here? Here, oh, Irvine, corner. And now they've gone to the ref. That need to see the replay. Did Irunkunde just make it look like a foul? This is the one. Yeah, that's not a foul. Good decision. He can feel Richard's arm on his arm, and that's why he appeals for it. Corner comes to nothing. Yeah, you said that before, MJ, that the quality of the crossing wasn't very good, although Oh, the Aussies have missed a golden chance. Oh, they give a free kick anyway. They've given a free kick for something that happened earlier, so I think even if they'd have scored a tap in, I'm not sure it would have counted. Corner came in. Where's the foul? Let's just watch Suter at the back post. Nah, it's not much of a foul, that. Not much in that. Tony Popovic is going mad over something. I'm not sure. Is it time wasted? Is it he's highlighting the fact that the goalkeeper is taking too long with goal kicks? The US have never been troubled in this second half. I would have liked to see. It would have been interesting to see if they were very aggressive in the second half and scored another couple of goals. Oh, he's going to give a free kick there for a foul on Balogun, and he Suter leaned over the top of him. Not, I don't know. Right. Just because a player can jump higher than you, is that necessarily a free kick? Right, what we doing here? Aussies. There's Suter. You know where it's going to go, don't you? It's got to go to. It's got to go to Suter all the time. It's any set piece now has to go in his direction, just because he is so difficult to mark. We are. Yeah. Oh. Oh, terrible volley. There was a half chance from a header after a cross. But the volley goes high and wide. Oh, there's George Weah. George Weah. Obviously, his son is playing. There he is, Timothy. George Weah, for those people who don't know, was a Liberian striker. Played for Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain, AC Milan. And, it's kicking off. I think he went on to become like president of Liberia or something. Let's have a look. He became some big politician. George Weah. Oh, I didn't type that in then. Yeah, there you go. He served as the 25th president of Liberia. He did. The what's going on here? The American crowd are going mad because Austin Trusty's on now. Who plays for Celtic. So there's a bit of flopping going on in other areas, I think, here. All handbags. It's all handbags, not. Although he has booked somebody for something. Has he booked Balogun? Yeah, see that one from Suter. That's a foul, and then Suter grabs him. It's handbags. It's a bit stupid from Suter, is what you'd say. He did win the Ballon d'Or, Bono. That's right. Unbelievable striker in his day. Scored a brilliant goal for AC Milan, running from his own edge of his own box right the way to the opposition's box and scored a goal. This is just getting scrappy and messy now, this game. That's not a foul. Scally's fallen to the floor. Like, that's embarrassing as well. He's challenged with Iran Kunde, who must be the shortest player on the pitch. Handbags. Exactly that, Marie. Handbags. We must be getting. Let me get me stoppage time ready. We're going to have 5 or 6 minutes. We know we're going to get 3 for the. Yeah, Nick, those annoy me as well because they hurt you later on in the competition. That's why you just don't need to get yellows for stupid things like that. 6 minutes. There you go. We knew we were going to get 3 minutes, obviously, for the hydration break. It's a good run there. This is a good move for the Aussies. Poor cross. Italiano, cross from the right, goes out for a goal kick. And that's been a problem. That has been a problem. I think they changed the yellow card rule for this World Cup. Let me have a look. Because it used to be much later. It used to be like the quarterfinals. Single yellow cards at the World Cup will be cancelled after the group stage and then again after the quarterfinals. So that's what they're doing this year. That's a new rule. Because they don't want to lose the best players in the big quarters and semi-finals. Is the concern. So... Oh, they've got a chance here, America, if they want it. You've got to smash that. Left-footed. Oh, what are you doing? Is that Tillman? 17. Wasn't. It was Tillman. He's tried to be clever and give that ball back to Balogun. I think he should have just hit it. Just have a go there. And let Balogun follow it up if the keeper parries it. Aaron Kunde's bought that foul. Oh, my God. We look at him rolling around. What a shambles. Oh, he's up now. Look. Oh, it's magic. He actually just run. Well, it's one of them, actually. Richards doesn't get out of the way. But look at him holding his face, rolling around. What? Just like footballers, man. Yeah. Oh, the ref's either got cramp or a hamstring injury. Oh, what's going on here? Very scrappy, Rich. Oh, we just need you to get through the 3 minutes, mate, because I don't want to wait 5 minutes for you to swap all your bloody equipment to a fourth official. He's shaking his head. I bet he's going to have to go off, and we're going to be here for another 8 minutes. He's going off, this guy is. Here comes the fourth official. Oh, no. What's she got? She's got something for his cramp. She's got an energy shot. Oh, he's stretching it out. He's not sure, is he? Oh. Well, it might be even longer with the head cam. I'm not sure what they call it. Oh, here's Haji Wright coming on. I bet he's delighted he's coming on for 3 minutes. I mean, Liz, it's a warm day as well. Just to add to it, it's like you get these niggles on cold days. Not really sure why everyone's getting excited, but here we go. Aussies restart us with another set piece. Very rudimentary, that. Just a big long ball towards the back. Nothing creative there. She forgot the Jaffa cake back. Oh, that's another terrible ball from Australia. MJ hit it early on, said the delivery had been really poor. Getting 2 substitutions, actually, we are. So we are getting Haji Wright, and then it'll be Gio Reyna, I think. Balogun's going off just to have a rest. No worries, MJ. Enjoy you the rest. Well, it's probably middle of the night for you, is it? uh, there goes McKennie. He's worked hard. I just try to give Rayner a bit more time, personally. Oh, that's exactly what Danny has just said on the UK broadcast. I should have been trying to give him 15 or 20 minutes and get these players into the tournament. Aaron Kunda's a handful, but he's very raw, isn't he? Makes silly decisions. There might be a chance here. There might be one last chance here. Haji Wright. What's he going to do? He's worked the shot and he ran into trouble then. Should have taken that shot earlier. Oh, he was offside. How can you be offside there? Esteban, I can't remember who it was. Might have been Paul Gascoigne. A yellow card fell out of the ref's pocket once. So Gaza picked the yellow card up and booked the referee. And the referee promptly actually really booked Paul Gascoigne for doing that. So got to be careful. There might be another minute to go here. The USA fans are going mad because I think somebody was sort of gesturing to them. Oh, yep, here's Tillman. He's in. Oh, he played a ball there to Haji Wright, and Haji Wright just hadn't read it quite. Oh, yeah, full time. Stop me clock. Stop me clock, Matthew. Stop the clock. Yeah, that was all right. It was second half wasn't much of a game. It was a bit scrappy. There was handbags. Not much going on in the second half. But the Americans had done enough in the first half, really, haven't they? That little spell, that sort of 30-odd minute spell they had. And Australia were never, ever going to trouble them. Never troubled them, did they? So yeah. Time are we at now? 10:05. Let's see. I'll go and have a cup of tea now. Everyone, go and have your rest. I'm going to have a cup of tea, and then I'll see if maybe if I've got time, maybe we'll do the Scotland game as well. I think we should watch Scotland and see Hyam. Let's have a look. Nobody's messaged me, so Hyam can't be starting. Have a look. Line up. No, he's not playing. They're playing a left back in centre back instead of Hyam. Scotland are playing little Kieran Tierney instead of Hyam. But yeah, second half wasn't much, Liz. Yeah, I'll probably come back and we'll see who's about and we'll watch the Scotland game because actually Morocco have got a chance of doing something at this World Cup. They're a really exciting side, so we'll really that's who I'll be watching. But yeah, all right, go and have some refreshments, get your toilet break, do whatever you want, and I'll set up another stream and we'll see what's going on.